Hi, I'm Kitsune Haruri and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how to arrange a group meetup. And if you're seeing me glance to the side, I've actually started doing my notes digitally. So I'm still not scripting, but I'm notes, so I'm not making too much of a mess. And one thing I want to say, anyone can arrange a group meetup. You don't have to be some special official unless your specific group says this special official has to do this certain thing. I don't know too many groups that do that. You don't have to. Okay, I've seen some people ask, they're like, oh, I would love to have a group meetup at such and such a place because it's nearer to where I live. Will anybody set this up for me? Well, unless you're underage, whereupon I say, talk to your parents first, ask them if it's okay and see if they'll help you out. Anybody can set this up. You can say, okay, I'm a part of this furry group and I want to go to the movies with everybody and hey, there's this movie going on. Everybody will like it. I want to go. How about everyone else? Do you know when it is? Post it. Get some people together. Well, some people may be a little bit nervous about doing that because they've never done this sort of thing before. It doesn't have to be a big production. It can if you like to do that, because some of us are Martha Stewart and really like to overdo things a little bit. But, if you just want to keep it simple, here are some ideas and some notes. And I did post these notes on my Tumblr page under Kitsune Haruri. That one is a downloadable because format-wise, it wouldn't keep my formatting. So there's a certain area of little points didn't come out right. But you can go on there. There's a downloadable. You can also find it on my Facebook page under Steamed Fox Latte. Or you can just message me and I'll email it to you. That's perfectly fine. No problem with that whatsoever. So, first thing to consider is who is in your group? Is this your cosplay friends? Steampunk? Doll collectors? Are they gamers? Are they furries? Different groups are going to like different kinds of venues and different types of activities when they get together. So, just on a basic note, and this is by no means the end-all and be-all. Some of these people are going to like other things. Some of them aren't going to like these. It's just a basic framework of what I have seen. Cosplayers, steampunk, doll collectors, gamers, furries, everybody likes to do a holiday meetup. Now, I'm in a group of friends. We have a huge collection of people, all sorts of different faiths and lack thereof. That's okay. You can call it a holiday meetup. You can call it a seasonal meetup. Call it whatever you want, because it's your meetup. If somebody's going to give you guff about it, what is their point? It's your meetup. You're doing what you want to do for your friends. You're inviting somebody and being nice. I think they can deal with whatever you call it, because all it is a word. If you like shopping, oh yeah, shopping's a great one. Everybody likes to shop. You can go and get your games, you can get your fursuit supplies, your cosplay supplies, you can go and find somebody who's going to sell gears to every steampunk they see. Doll collectors like to go to doll shows. Comic book collectors like to go to comic book shows. This is a great one for everybody. Say you've got some sort of event coming up, some sort of a convention or whatever. Everybody's got stuff they got to get ready for. Make a trip out to your local craft store or your Habitat for Humanity or something like that to get supplies together. Bounce ideas off each other. This can even lead to doing a build day. A build day doesn't particularly have to have a theme. Maybe everybody just has a project they're working on. Come together, build it. No problem. It doesn't have to be anything specific. It could be an art party. Parties are great. Everybody brings their own supplies to work on their own project. Y'all looking and seeing what each other's doing. It's giving you all kinds of different ideas. It's giving you feedback in the real time when you're working on it. So someone can say, hey, that looks really good, but maybe you want to try this thing. Hey, check out this new supply I've got. This stuff's cool. Great paint. You're going to love it. Ooh, that stuff's not so hot. Try mine. That's where you go on to do these things. Photos. Cosplayers, steampunk, doll collectors, and furries. Not so much gamers. But those four groups, sometimes their meetups are nothing about taking pictures of each other's cosplay, steampunk weapon of the moment, fursuit antics, and of course doll collectors, it's always on. Always on. We actually do displays just for taking pictures of the dolls. Doing lunch. That's everybody. It doesn't even have to be lunch. It can be dinner. It can be whatever. Everybody's down for food. Figure out where everybody likes. Off and you go. Arcades. I don't. While some go, I don't see as many people doing their cosplay and their steampunk, and definitely don't take their dolls into arcades, because while you're playing, your doll ain't being watched. You don't want to do that. However, gamers and furries. I'm sorry for all of those who, whenever it was, a couple of years ago, were having their gamers versus furries. You're the same people. Furries game. Gamers are furries. It's okay. Not every gamer's a furry. But a lot of you are. Come on. Admit it. Admit it. Pokemon? Yeah. Furry. Anyway. Yes, furries love their games. Have you ever seen an arcade at a furry convention? Daggone, man. You want to play that. Anyway, go to the arcade. And it's great. Support arcades. We don't see as many of those anymore. When you get a chance, an arcade experience is something else. I mean, it is like a little miniature carnival, and you're playing everything. It's great. Sometimes you can win prizes. Costumes. Of course, cosplayers. Steampunk, we would like to get our full regalia on and get it out there, even if it's walking down to get the groceries. Yeah, we're going to wear it. We want to show it off. We spend a lot of time on that outfit. And furries, same deal. All three of these groups spend a lot of time on their outfits. This also would, you would see Lolita groups. This is the primary purpose they're going. In their case, it's not costumes, it's their coordinates, which are very, very nice outfits. Not really costumes. These are very high quality. But, yeah, that's what theirs are all about. To get dressed up and be seen. So, yeah. That one also ties in with the photos. Making and art. This is what I mentioned before. Going to build days, which are exactly that. You're there to make something. Or get help making something. Art parties. You're there to make something. You guys want to go to one of those things where you go to a restaurant, sit down, have some hors d'oeuvres and a drink and paint? There you go. Any group can do that. I mean, you can schedule those things for yourself. You got enough people, you call them up, say, hey, I'd like to do one of these. Let's have it here. Somebody will be out there to arrange it. Look them up online. It's pretty cool. Sports. Now, when I say sports, I don't necessarily mean you're heading off to the football game, but if that's your thing, sure, why not? But bowling. Bowling nights are big in the furry community. They're pretty big in a lot of the communities. Putt-putt golf. Little things like that. Go out. This is one big for steampunk. We like to have Nerf battles. We went up and did the Toledo War with Michigan one time. That was the most fun ever. We won. We gave them back Toledo. Yeah, it went like that. Anyhow, we need to redo that one. It was fabulous. It was fun. Everybody brought food. Everybody was in full kit. There were Nerf darts flying everywhere. It's fabulous. And anyone can do that. Bring your own Nerf. Movies. Now, there's a lot of movies out there that are going to be specific to the genre that your group is from. Go for it. It gives everybody, adds spice. It gives everybody a big jolt to their enthusiasm. It's fun. And then you can go and eat afterward. Because, food, popcorn. Can't go wrong. Entertainment and food. Food goes to everybody. Competition. This one, more often, is seen with the cosplayers and the gamers. Of course, the gamers, you're going to have your game set up. We're going to have, your Magic or whatever else, your Pokemon. You're going to get together. You're going to compete. You're going to see who wins. Maybe even have prizes. It may not have to be anything big. You don't have to, go down to the trophy shop or whatever. Find some nifty little trinket. Win an extra pack of cards. You know, a fancy set of dice, something like that. You know, win a McDonald's card. Anything. Have your little competition. Cosplayers, well, that competition tends to be conventions. What about having a cosplay competition just at random? Some of the other things, you know, some of these groups like to interact with the public, some don't. Those that do like to interact with the public are actually going to have a lot of fun taking this out on the road to go to festivals. Cosplayers, you see them at Asian festivals, and that's usually encouraged. I know up in Columbus it is. Steampunk Festival, oh yeah. Yeah, we did Pumpkin Show a few times. That was great. People love it. Fursuiters, well, that's kind of their thing. They like to go out to parks and public places, you know, any place that they're allowed to get away with covering their face with a mask and nobody freaks out. They'll go out there and just interact with the public because they like to make people happy. That's what a lot of the fursuiters do this for. It's like, I put on this fuzzy teddy bear suit so that everybody's happy around me and then I have fun. Cool. Do it. Other ones, you know, like doll collectors, you're looking for spaces where you're going to be able to set up and display. At the conventions, you're going to see big groups get together in like eating spaces where they have tables, or any place where they can get a group around several tables, and they're going to make this massive display of dolls. I mean, you've got, this is a little one. For those who are not familiar, she's not the smallest, she's on the smallish end. They go bigger than her, they go clear down to this. There's some of them that are life size. I'm 5'10", I've seen the doll that's the same size as me. People will bring all of those dolls. They will set up this huge display so everybody can come and admire each other's dolls. They'll talk about them. They'll trade with each other. You know, some people make outfits. Some people, you know, do little cute things like this. Somebody actually made badges for the dolls. This was fabulous. They were just giving them away to everybody who came to that convention. One convention actually got in, SegoyCon, I so miss it. They made t-shirts for the dolls. And it had the SegoyCon logo for that year imprinted on it just like the human ones. That was absolutely awesome. If there are any people out there who run conventions who are listening to this, welcome your doll collectors. Make them some little t-shirts and things. Find out if anybody's bringing, you know there's at least 15 that come to OhioCon. Yeah, find these people, make doll shirts. It doesn't have to be sizes for all of them, you just can't do that. But you know, like the mid-size will fit her down to the little ones, to some of the thinner big ones. Make some of those shirts. We will buy them. We'll pay as much as we do for our own shirts for these. Because if you've ever seen the cost of the clothes on those, that would be cheap. So yeah, do it. Get your group together somewhere where they can display, somewhere everybody can see what they're doing. Doll shows, like I mentioned before, are absolutely fabulous. And sometimes when they get used to seeing ball-jointed doll collectors, they start getting kind of interested, and they'll set us up a little spot so everybody can come and look. We are more than happy to answer questions. Just please, 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 if you see these doll collectors and also the other groups, don't run up and grab them. Don't run up and glomp them. Don't run up and grab their stuff. Ask before you touch. Cosplay is not consent. Okay? So moving on, where do you hold a meetup? Well, depends on what you're doing. Some of these are a little self-explanatory. Bowling, bowling alley. Shopping, local mall or whatever store you're going to visit. Lunch, whatever you like to eat, or even at home. Or, of course, conventions. What if you're doing a build day or watching a movie or show? Well, you can go to a makerspace for a build day, or actually you can do these in libraries too. A lot of the libraries have meeting rooms that are free to your group. Talk to them. Let them know, you know, expect about maybe 10 people or something. We all want to get together and work on our crafts and whatever. Do expect there are going to be some gawkers. Welcome them in. You're likely to get a bigger group. You're going to make more friends. You're going to watch a movie. Is it in the theater? Done. Is it an older movie? Something you're going to watch over and over again? Cult classic? who has the big screen TV and a big enough couch, or, you know, enough floor space. My friends sit all over the floor. I sit all over the floor. Yeah, just anywhere. It works really good. As far as doing these things in your home, if you don't have a lot of space inside, wait until warmer months for some of these. Do you have a yard? A nice porch? A garage? You can have your meets outside. You can have them at a local park. Find yourself a nice shelter house. It's great. Make it a picnic. Go up to Caesars Creek. Have a picnic in the picnic area. Go down, get your little permit, and go fossil hunting. This one's great for everybody. You can go out there. As long as it's smaller than your palm, you're allowed to keep it. Don't climb the walls, though. It's kind of dangerous. But, you know, they spread it out for you anyway. They go over there and bring that stuff down so everybody can look for these things. That spot is designated for people to fossil hunt, and they encourage it because it's educational and it's fun. Just be ready. It's hot. It's barren. Bring drinks. Bring shade, or better yet, do it in the spring and the fall when it's a little overcast, and right after the rain, you'll see more fossils. On a side note. Makerspaces are okay. They're a little costly sometimes, but you have access to a lot of equipment, and you might be able to talk them into doing a class. They have people who teach at this. If there's laser cutting or something, maybe they'll teach you all how to do something. You can all do a project. That's a really fun thing to do, and everybody takes home something. We've already talked about theaters. We talked about doing picnics with your group. If you're doing an outdoor event, make sure that you have a backup plan, because you know how the weather is here. You show up in the morning. If you don't like the weather, wait a minute. You might start out like today. We started out decent temperature. I mean, yesterday it reached almost 60. It was really nice outside. It was pretty decent this morning. And by this afternoon it plummeted, and we are now being snowed on. Wet, gross, nasty snow. It's going to freeze overnight. I'm thrilled. But anyway, that's how our weather is. You know, went up to a horse show one time with my friend. We went up there wearing shorts, and before the end of the day, we were buying each other sweatshirts for souvenirs because it started snowing. We went from 70 to 20. It's Ohio. Michigan's the same way. Just have a backup plan. Is it going to snow on your picnic? Does somebody have a house that's big enough that's close by? Or maybe there's a restaurant somewhere you like. Try it out. Sometimes it's just going to save your bacon. Otherwise, if you can't find a backup plan, just let everybody know, hey, it might get canceled for weather. If we're not sure when you're getting ready to leave, double check the posting. Which that I am coming to next. Festivals, done covered. Food there. Games there. It's all handled for you. Just show up. So arranging the meetup. First, pick your venue. Be sure, when you do this, unless you're doing this at home or in a public park, call to be sure that the date and time will work for the venue for your group as well. Some of these places, if they have like a party room, they book it in advance. Or if you're expecting a lot of people, you know, I say if you're expecting more than 5 people, give them a heads up. That way they can make sure that there's some place to seat you. They can make sure that there's plenty of staff there so they can wait on all of you. And some places will actually give you a dedicated waiter. But do expect, you know, your waiter's going to be working their butt off if you're bringing in a group. Please, 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 unless the venue says no tipping, whereupon they will actually add a gratuity into your bill. Unless they forbid it, please tip your waiter a nice amount. Okay? It's a little, I can understand when it's a little expensive to tip a lot. Most waiters aren't that heartbroken about it. But if you bring in 15 people and they get a $5 tip, let's think about that. They've probably spent half an hour to an hour, maybe even more, running back and forth, making sure your food is good, bringing you refills, chatting up and being really nice to you. They may have had a crappy day, but your waiter still has the smile. Think about that. Have you ever had a really bad day and you got to crack a smile for somebody? It's like somebody stabbed you in the heart. It's awful. But they still do it. You know, waiters really work hard for this. Give these people a good tip. Most of the time, what you see as minimum wage is not what a waiter is getting. Tip them. Be nice to them. Be decent. Clean up after yourself a little bit. You don't have to, but if you ever worked fast food, you'll understand me. Let people know how much it costs, if there's a cost. Of course, if you're going to a festival of some sort, there may be parking that they have to pay for. Some events you have to pay to go into. Let people know this so they don't show up and go, I don't have any cash, you know, I can't get in, I've been kind of excluded. Find out. Make sure they know. Also be sure, cosplayers, steampunks, furries, check and be sure your costumes are welcome. There are some venues that do not want you to come in with your head or face covered. They don't allow hoodies. They don't allow masks during Halloween. This is a safety issue. It's for your safety and for the safety of other people there and the people working there. Ask first. If they're cool with it, rock and roll. If they're not cool with it, don't give them a hard time. Don't try to sneak it. Just don't do it. Save it until afterward. Step out of the venue. Get your group picture with your full costume. That's perfectly all right. This is something we do when we do furry walks up in the short north. We show up at the North Market, no costume. You go in, you buy your dinner. I get my bubble tea. It's fabulous. You know, do a little bit of shopping while you're in there. Get your ticket validated, because then you're allowed to park actually on ground. If you're actually shopping and get validated, that's cool. You can park there. When we're done eating, everybody goes outside to an empty area, gets their fursuits on, they get a big group picture, and off up the short north we walk. Everybody has a big time. Best fun ever. We do it during the Arnold. These people coming out of the Arnold love it. I would like to get with them sometime, because this would be awesome. Can you imagine having a furry meetup with the Arnold in theme? My character, show up in her martial arts gear. They have a martial arts section. You know, walk around, greet people. Heck, give a business card to some of these businesses. Go, hey, you want a mascot for the convention? You never know. Can't hurt. A little extra pay. But yeah, are the costumes welcome? Cool. Not. Just wait till the end. Or just get pictures beforehand. Walk down the street. You can do this. It's okay. Now, you want to set your date and time and stick to them. Please keep in mind some people work. Some people will be traveling a long distance. Get a reasonable time. Usually midday is good for a lot of these, depending, or, you know, if you're at the movie theater, you're going to be going when the movie's playing. Make a post on the group, or do like a Facebook post. You know how they have the things for your events and whatever. Make one. Get the invites out there to people you know for sure might be interested. Give them the ability to spread it around. And please, if you are going to someone else's event and you hit interested on the Facebook page or whatever page, please follow up a week ahead of the thing and verify yes or no. No wibbly wobbly, not sures. If you're coming, say yes. I will be there. If you think you're going to be late, please let us know that too. If you are not coming, just go, I'm not coming, maybe next time. Still interested, but just can't. If you, the minute you know for sure, please, please, please let them know. Because the person who's arranged this probably has to let somebody know what they have a head count. When you're putting your posts up, if at all possible, 2 weeks in advance, at least. Bigger events, try to get them further out, but 2 weeks is good for a small event. This lets people plan. This lets people ask for time off if they need to or if they want to. And this also lets people ask questions and, arrange things. Give directions and the full address. If you're going to be at a specific venue, if you're going to be at your home, don't go, I'm in the Columbus area. For those who don't know, who are in this area, what is considered the Columbus area goes clear down into Pickaway County. I don't know how far north. Columbus area is pretty much everything in the center of Ohio that isn't up against a river. It is insane to just say that. Just giving the town is not enough. Unless it's like Circleville Pumpkin Show. It is the town. It's the whole center. You can't miss it. Give these directions. If you're at a big thing, say specifically where to meet. By the pumpkin tower. On the side of the ticket booth facing the Ferris wheel. That literally means facing the Ferris wheel, not behind it. Not beside it. Not on the other side of the ticket booth. It means right there. Everybody will know what you're talking about because where you're standing, you're looking at the biggest pumpkin there is. They'll find you. And it is the meeting place for everybody at Pumpkin Show. But that's your idea. Going to the Renaissance Festival. Okay, well, we're going to meet at the pond in the front where the Lady of the Lake is holding up Excalibur. For those of you who didn't know that was there, check that little pond out front. It's the very first pond you see. Meet at Excalibur. Meet at the Revelers stage. Something. Give something specific. Give an exact time to be at that spot. Those who are attending, don't show up 10 minutes later and go, well, where is everybody? They've been there. You weren't. Play catch up. Run. So, we got directions. We have a plan. We got a place. Please include contact for you, the person who is arranging it, to the people who are attending. There are people, myself included, that with a roadmap, Siri, and a Persicom cannot find their way to some things on a straight road in the desert. On your way in, you can get lost. It happens. Or, some of these venues, you may be familiar because you're there, but maybe other people aren't. Give them a way to contact you, even if it's through Messenger or whatever, and make sure you're listening for that contact to come through. So when they contact you, you can go, okay, well, here's where you're at. You need to go here, here, and here. Sometimes that's all people need. But yes, give some sort of contact. And also, on the tail end of it, let your attendees know what to expect. Give them prices, yes or no to costumes, what activities are going on, should they bring food snacks to share, is there food available, if you're at home, do you have pets? People have allergies. People have dolls that cats eat their wigs. Do you have pets? Where should they park? My place is no problem. I got a whole bunch of places to park people. But if you live in an apartment building with specific parking rules, they need to know this. They need to know where to go. If you're in an apartment building where the doors are locked and you have to buzz them in, which door do they go to? Specifics. Always get these information. So anyway, I did put up these notes where you can find them, which I mentioned at the beginning. If you like this information, if you need more information, give me a like, subscribe, let me know what you think. I do want some notes, back from people. You're allowed to talk to me. I only bite a little. Rabies are only slightly virulent. Yeah. But yeah, it's like, I'm happy to answer any questions you have. I know there's some things, this is kind of a sketchy, overwash thing. There might be specifics. I'll be happy to answer. Make sure you give me time to answer you, though. If you're trying to do this thing right this second and you're messaging me,